Hey everyone, Shawn Clement here, Wisdom in Golf. The number one worst enemy tip in the golf swing, in the golf industry, is keep your head down. There isn't anything that comes close to destroying your golf swing. And then you're going to see that keeping the head down is not just going to annihilate your swing, it's going to hurt you. So if you look at balance-wise, right out of the gate, so many of you are pulling yourselves out in front of the ball and onto your toes. So notice when my head dips forward, my center of gravity falls all over my toes, and it's like falling off the cliff. And now in the downswing, you got to try and get yourself back up. It's over because now the weight of your arms are swinging at high speeds underneath you. You're going to get raked over the coals. And in the follow-through, oh my gosh, keep your head down too long and you're going to rake yourself forward as well and cause your shoulder to give your neck some bad issues. I've seen torn rotator cuffs, herniated discs in the neck, all because we're trying to keep the head down. And what happens is as you're trying to swing, your brain identifies that you're about to hurt yourself and it's going to cool the jets. So your velocity goes down, your effort goes up, and your frustration goes through the roof. So here's the real truth. Let's look at anatomically what happens, right? If you look at your cervical spine, you've got about 70 degrees of range of motion. So notice I can't bring my chin all the way to my shoulder. I've got about 70 degrees of range. So in the backswing, if you look at, take a page out of Jack Nicklaus. Jack Nicklaus used to turn his head to the side so that he can complete his backswing. So if you turn your head to the side, then keep the head quiet, you want to allow the swing to come to it. So in the backswing, you'll see a lot of players on tour allow the head to turn in the backswing, which prevents them from falling forward. And you'll see in the downswing that occurs as well. You look at Rory McIlroy. He starts off with a very neutral head, and then as he gets to the top of the swing, the head actually moves away from the target and tilts so that he can finish the backswing and then have access to the target. If you try to keep the head down and stay down, you have no access to the target. Anatomically, it's impossible because your body is trying to remove itself out of the way. So if I don't move my body, all I get is a peck full of bicep. So in order for me to go to the target, this rib cage has to get out of the way. So you can try it right now. You bend forward, let your arms hang, let this arm swing past you and towards the target. The first thing the brain's going to do is go to the ground, use the ground to get your body out of the way so that you have access to the target. If you don't move, then you're really going to hurt yourself. So as the shoulder passes, it's going to collect the head. So watch how this works. I'm behind the ball. I'm able to complete my backswing. Got a nice turn going back. So notice how my left arm is free to gather that momentum in the backswing. And now I'm going to go to the target. So the brain goes to the ground, uses the ground to get my body out of the way, release. So the head is going to anchor the release, and then the shoulder is going to collect the head and bring it up into a nice stacked finish. Notice how the head, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles all stack up. So this is what I work on in my swing. I'm working on getting into a nice stacked finish. If I lean back just a bit, well, I'm going to feel a lot of tension in my abs, my quads. I come back into balance, everything's relaxed. So if I start from a nice balanced position, stay balanced through my center of gravity. So what I'm looking for in the backswing is support. So notice the weight is going through the ankles, through my hips. See how nice and balanced that is? If I dip my head, whoops, now I'm on my toes and I can't swing anymore. I'm just going to stick the club in the ground. I'm going to have to hurry up and hit the ball before I miss it. So out of the way, notice how my lead foot comes off the ground. That's not a problem, my lead heel. Now I'm going to go to the target. The first thing my brain's got to do is go to the ground. Use the ground to get my body out of the way, and now I've got access to my target. So let's have a look. Do a practice rehearsal swing first. Gather. Let it release out into my picture. So notice at the end of my swing, everything is nicely stacked. So I like to preset my head slightly behind the ball and slightly pre-tilted. Now I have access to the target. Watch if I bring my head forward. Yikes. I have no access to the target, and everything is going to be projected into the ground. That's going to hurt. Less in the ground, less in the ground. Oh, target. Nope, no good. Now I'm scraping the ground before I get to the ball. I'm going to scull this to the right into the water. So now from here, now I've got access to starting my ball slightly right of that intermediate point. I'm going to use some nice momentum to whip the club in that direction. So there it is. Notice at the end of my swing, everything is stacked, landing on the left side of the green, using the slope to edge my way back toward that flag stick. So notice how I was able to maintain my action towards the target. I didn't block myself from the target because I'm not trying to keep the head down. I'm trying to swing in the direction of the target. Now, for those of you who have a tendency to top the ball and you're struggling with contact with the golf ball, please stay with me. I'm going to show you an infallible way to get proper contact with the ball without even trying to keep the head down. We're even going to do it with the eyes closed. Stay with us. Eyes closed, you say. We have, at least 5 senses. We have a 6th sense as well. So if I take my posture and I close my eyes, and now, hey, I can feel where the ground is. I'm going to swing the club back and through without stopping. Notice I haven't missed the ground once. I know where the ground is. I'm standing on it. So distance between myself and the golf ball, watch what happens. If I swing back and through without stopping, close my eyes, well, look at that. It's still passing in the same spot, right? So I'm going to use my eyes to bring us to the ball, close my eyes again. Well, there's no way that I can possibly miss the ball. Look at that. Possibly missed the ball. Look at that. That was absolutely in the center of the club face. So let's do that in the direction of the target now. Bring that in. Close the eyes. So I feel the weight of my arm club unit. I'm just going to let the weight of my arm club unit whip the grass clippings to the right edge of my intermediate point. Here we go. That was absolutely nutted. Let's see if it released. Ah, darn. Okay, let's try that again. Did you hear that sound? That was really good. So I'm going to close my face a little bit more. And I'm going to feel that momentum stay to the right edge of that intermediate point. Another solid contact. That face was closed enough. And there we have it. Ball right in the center of the green. So I just nutted 2 shots in a row with my eyes closed. And I never had to look for the golf ball like if I'm trying to find a light switch in a dark room that I don't know. All I have to do is take some grass clippings from here and whip them out there into the direction that I want to start the ball. So the center of my swing represents where I'm actually going to cut grass. Watch this. If I take my lawnmower here and I just make a nice big circle, I'm always cutting grass right now, right? Notice I'm always cutting grass right underneath my shoulder. Right there. Look at that. It doesn't want to cut anywhere else. So now I take both hands and put them together to take my grip. Notice now I'm cutting grass from the center of my stance forward. So if I put the ball in the center of my stance and I got the right distance between myself and the ball, watch. Here we go. Close the eyes. Let it send some grass clippings towards the target. Oh, another really nice contact. But man, there it is again. So eyes closed, there's something going on. I got to close the face a little bit more and stay a little more behind the ball because it's easy to sneak a little ahead of it. So I close my eyes and I let it release to the right edge of that intermediate point. Here we go again. Oh, another nutted shot. Give me a little draw, would you? Okay. Well, in that case, since it's going so straight, I'm just going to aim a little bit more to the left of the intermediate point and let it release in that direction. Close my eyes. Another solid shot. There it is. How cool is that, right? So that's number one. So when you're looking down at the ball, do not look at the ball itself. In order for the sole of the club to cut the grass, well, if I'm looking down right now, I'm seeing grass to cut. You come over here and you look at the top of the ball. Well, the body's going to come up to hit the top of the ball. See how easy that is? I'm just going to keep my eyes on the top of the ball and then swing. Then I'm going to have a tendency to cold top that golf ball. So instead, I'm going to put my eyes right there between the leading edge of the club and the ball. But I'm not going to try and hit that spot. The task is to take the dandelion stem. Imagine the ball is a flower or a dandelion in disguise. And I'm going to send the dandelion stem in that direction. Eyes between the leading edge of the club and the ball. Send the dandelion. There you go. So now we've got a beautiful shot coming right back on center line. Or we can put the eyes there and send the grass clippings to the target. Watch where the club wants to hit the grass. Look at that. So, can the ball stop me from doing that? No, it's too small, it's too light. So my eyes are in the front of the ball here, and I'm going to whip some grass clippings over that intermediate point in that direction. And there we have it. Solid contact in that direction. Give it a kick. Almost got the members kick. Perfect distance. So, eyes on grass, send grass or send dandelion stem. Eyes closed, send grass in the direction of the target. You have no ball to distract you. And then, hey, what about the head down? No more of that craziness. That's like having a ball and chain around your neck and trying to keep the head down. You've heard that? You've heard about the, you got to tie a fish hook to your crotch to keep the head down? I mean, that's all incredible nonsense. So let's get you playing free and fun. See you in the next one.